I'm Rob, and I'm a pastor. I give Kahoot a 4 out of 5. And for more reviews like this, would you just click below? So before we were using Kahoot here at the church, and before we'd really gotten into it, our teachers, our youth group leaders, and things have always wondered what's the best way to get our youth and our students engaged in asking questions and learning in a way that would be enjoyable, but also in a way that would kind of challenge them. And we hadn't really found a good way to do that. And I think it was one of our students at one point that introduced it just kind of on the fly, and all of a sudden, kids were able to participate in question and answer times, and they were enjoying doing it. And so that led us to really, see that there's a good product out there for us to take a look at and to use in a way that would get kids engaged. So, a couple of reasons that we went with Kahoot, a couple of reasons that we use it. There's really, I think the main one is that it's a good way to get everyone engaged. So, an example, we use this in youth group, or we have used it in youth group before, if we want to get kids learning material and content in a way that can be competitive, but also in a way that can get everybody excited. We found that it was very easy to use. Everyone these days has their smartphones, and so our youth and our teens were already, they're already using their phones all the time. And so we found this to be a way that we could get them to use their phones in a way that actually was interactive with other students. We also found that Kahoot was fairly easy to learn. And so, sometimes we found that, older generations are a little less intuitive with their phones and smartphones and technology. But we found that even older people could use Kahoot, even people who were maybe a generation above the teens, so teachers, youth group leaders, and such. Even they found it relatively easy to use, and so it was a product that was able to get multiple generations interacting together in a way that was interactive. It was, a lot of laughter and fun, but also it allowed us the opportunity to learn content together and have a good time doing it. We found getting started with Kahoot and learning to use the product was actually fairly easy. For us, it was kind of a grassroots sort of thing. In other words, our teens already kind of knew how to use this product, and so they were able to show some of the leaders how to use it, and we found they caught on fairly quickly. There were a couple times where it took a little bit of troubleshooting or problem solving, but in general that worked fairly quickly, and so we were able to use it and kind of we found that word spread fairly quickly. Like when, for example, when one Sunday school class finds out that another one is using this Kahoot thing, everybody else they wanted to try it too, and so we found that it spread fairly easily, and we were able then to use it as a product that it was appealing to use because it was not so hard to learn, and we could easily bring it on board wherever Sunday school or youth group type settings, if where the leaders wanted to do that. So it wasn't hard at all. It's like I said earlier, it's fairly intuitive. It's an easy product to use, and didn't require a lot of instruction or a lot of work to get it all set up. It works fairly organically from the bottom up. So I really recommend church leaders, Sunday school teachers, youth group leaders really consider using Kahoot. You'll find, I think, that in using this, there's a couple of things that you can accomplish as a leader. First of all, you can create your own quizzes and questions and things, and so that allows you to customize the content that you want your group to use, and it personalizes it. And so your church youth group or your Sunday school or whatever group you're using, you'll be able to communicate the material you're trying to get across. But I will also recommend it because you'll find that it engages teens with, they're already using their smartphones. They're already looking at these things all the time, and it's sort of a thing of you can't necessarily beat them in that, right? So why not find a way that you can engage them in the content, and they can use their phones, and you'll find that they interact with each other while they're learning something along the way. So I really recommend you take a look at this if you're wanting to communicate material and content from your church, from your youth group. Here's a way that you can do it in a way that will engage your kids, and you'll all have fun doing it. You'll have fun creating custom lessons, and your teens and youth groups will enjoy the fun of competing against each other while they're learning.